Hello and welcome back. I got friends on vinyl that say that compilations, uh, greatest hits albums, best-ofs are for suckers. For many years, I never challenged that. But when CDs came along with all the bonus tracks and videos and material we've never seen before, I thought that it wasn't, it wasn't really that way. And I realized that during the 60s and 70s, some of the vinyl did have extra tracks and live songs and some materials that, if you're a true fan, you need in your collection. So that's why I'm going to show you today 10 albums, very famous, that are considered compilations, and regardless that, I think everyone should have a copy in their collection. So let's get into it. Before we start, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and becoming part of the family. Number one, Fleetwood Mac. The Pierce Bird of Good Omen. Yes, that's the title of the compilation. It's in near mint condition from 1970. It's not hard to come by. This compilation is interesting because it's got 4 non-album tracks and B-sides. It's got Black Magic Woman before it was made famous by Santana. It belongs to their blues era with Peter Green, and the sound is absolutely fantastic. This is a UK pressing, first UK pressing from CBS, but most CBS albums, as you know, sound incredible. It's not difficult to get a copy, and it saves you the trouble of finding the singles, and some of them are not available. Next one. I must say I lucked into this one. It's called the Black Album by the Kinks. It's also a compilation of singles, but it's got some album tracks as well, because it's got a Waterloo Sunset, and some other tracks are album tracks, like You Really Got Me. But some others are only available as singles, so you have the whole collection here. It's in glorious mono. It doesn't sound as good as the singles, but it's really close. It was released by Pi Records on the blue label. I'll show you. And I said I liked that because Seller described the cover as good plus and the album as VG plus, and to me it sounds almost near mint. There's only the odd crackle in between songs. Very powerful sound, very crunchy, and all full of great Kinks stuff. It is not inexpensive, and it's difficult to find a copy, but if you have the time and if you have the cash, go for it, because they're all absolute treats and fantastic material. Next one, The Who. Meaty, beaty, big and bouncy. It's a gatefold. This is from the Railway Hotel and Lounge that I think is in Shepherd's Bush. That's where the band comes from. It's also singles, A-sides, B-sides, some track albums like Pinball Wizard. The first UK pressing was remastered by George Peckham Porky, and it sounds phenomenal. And again, saves you the trouble of finding the singles. You can have the singles as well, right? But this is a great way, a comfy way to play them, and they're all fantastic. The sound is phenomenal. Let's go to the States now. Steely Dan, greatest hits. The treat here is here at the Western World, which is not available on vinyl. on any other copy. But I recommend this album, the first pressing that was mastered by Robert Ludwig, because the sound is incredible. To me, it sounds even better than the US original albums, and it rivals the UHQR. This is very well mastered. The sound is superb. Right, all the tracks are fantastic, and of course you need the seven core albums. But get this one just for the sound. Right, it's jaw dropping, and I suppose it's not very expensive. Right, at least in the States. Right, it's from 1978. Uh, let's move now to the Stones, right? There are hundreds of Stones compilations, right? Even on vinyl, but I'll show you my favorite ones, right? First one is Big Hits, High Tide, and Green Grass. There is a mono version of this album, and there's a stereo version. I got both. This is the stereo, and this is the mono. It's a gatefold. It comes with lots of pictures, and they knew how to release stuff back then. Tracks like Have You Seen Your Mother Baby, Standing in the Shadow, Painted Black, It's All Over Now, The Last Time, all Stones classics that you can enjoy. And again, if you don't want to take the trouble of finding the singles, this is a cheaper way, right, to get them all together. And also the incredibly famous Through the Past Darkly, the octagonal. I learned only some time ago that there's a mono version of these albums that is incredibly difficult to find. I haven't done so yet, uh, but I make a point of finding a copy, right? At least before I die. Honky Tonk Women, Jumping Jack Flash, Street Fighting Man, Let's Spend the Night Together, all Sisters classics by the Stones. Uh, right, with the booklet as well. And you need this in your collection, right? Now one that seems to be like tailor-made for me, and it's King Crimson. I'm not much of a King Crimson fan, sorry to say. I like their most melodic part, the early ages, uh, 69, 74, but I can't sit through one album all the way through, other than Islands, without getting a bit bored with improvisations. But that's me. So this one, The Young Person's Guide to, was a present from my mother, so I've got a sort of spot for it. And the track list seems to be specially, tailor made for me. Because if I had to choose the tracks for this compilation, I would have probably chosen the same ones, right? Starts with Epitaph, but in crescendo, not like in the Court of the Crimson King album. Ladies of the Road, I'll Talk to the Wind, the Judy Dibo version. Red and Starless from Red, side 3, The Night Watch. It's got the single Cat Food and Groom, side 4, Moonchild Trio in the Court of the Crimson King. And this first pressing was done by Harry Moss, the Beatles engineer. The sound is jaw dropping. Right? The artwork is also fantastic. Right, one of the best artworks I've ever seen. And it also includes a booklet with gigs and special events on the band's life. Right, do get a copy. It's fantastic. Now, one we all have, right? Uh, Jethro Tull, Living in the Past. This was released between Thick as a Brick and A Passion Play. The very first copy, this cover was sort of like leather textured, and it's got a fantastic bootleg with 24 pictures on it, and the songs are incredible. You've got also A sides and B sides from singles. You've got two live trucks by Kind Permission Off and Dharma for One. You've got the EP Life is a Long Song, and a lot of ditties that at the time were not available. Now, be careful because the US and the UK version don't have the same track list. As you know, the American version has got Teacher, and the UK has got Alive and Well and Living In, and there are some other minor differences. So you need both. A band that well, for some reason, to me, it's underrated. I love the sound of this band, and even Bruce Springsteen himself said he liked the sound of Free and Bad Company. This is the Free story. Uh, Essential as well because it's got tracks that are not elsewhere on vinyl. Just for the Thai box, Lady. Let me have a look. My brother Jake, live. The story of the band with a booklet, and it's a limited edition. Sad thing about this album is the sound is not the same throughout. Some tracks sound really great, others not so much. So they've been made from different copy tapes, and that's the sad thing about it. But you can buy one just to see if you like the tracks, right? And then move on to the albums. Heartbreaker, Fire and Water, Free is an excellent band. The last one, and I think the most important one, the Beatles. The Beatles again, Hey Jude. It's not one of their core albums, but it is absolutely essential. It's got tracks that are not on other vinyl albums. The Ballad of John and Yoko, Rain, etc. Right? Hey Jude. You all know the album, and something else. The sound here is jaw-dropping. Is one of my best sounding Beatles album, together with the German Herzu Magical Mystery Tour. Uh, I play this album whenever a friend comes round, comes over to my studio, and they go like this, like a deer in headlights. They can't believe how good this sounds. Right? It's the Beatles in your room. Right, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. Take care.